Oh my, I'm so late.
I know, we are so busted if we don't get to the center of camp.
Excuse me, hello.
Can't find anyone to get on camera here. I need at least one interview.
Yeah, well, that's no surprise. We're all gathering for a really important Moses talk.
What's a Moses talk?
You've been living under a rock? Moses has been teaching us all the laws that will help make us a community, a people. But this time it's big. We are all, every one of us, 600,000 Israelites, supposed to be standing for this.
Sounds important. What do you think he's going to say?
I don't know, but I do know we need to hustle. I don't want to be standing at the back again. Wait, who are you?
We are storytelling mavens. We have the amazing power of popping in and out of time. We bridge your world to those here today. Welcome to the Storytelling Maven. Storytelling is where Torah meets your story, where the page meets the stage. We bring you the same old stories with a little bit of a twist.
When the telling of the Torah premiered in Jerusalem 2,500 years ago, it was an engaging performance, accompanied by live interpretive translation from Hebrew into the language of the day. And that's what we will do tonight.
Indeed, in tonight's story, we will stand shoulder to shoulder with the Israelites as they listen to one of Moses' most important speeches. Soon the curtain will open and the sacred scroll will roll. So please sit up, fasten your seatbelts, because live from Sinai and live from Temple Israel's rocking senior Siyyum Shabbat, we bring you Holy Time Will Tell, Parashat Acharimot Kedoshim.
Please join me in greeting the star of our show, the Torah.
Shalom, 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 shalom. It is a tree of life to those that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to those that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom.
Friends of all ages and stages, those Israelites were not lying. This is incredible.
So true. It's like being at a concert. Remember what that was like?
Hey, do you mind? Moses is about to tell us something important.
Well, folks, this is exciting. We are about to hear God's words from Moses' mouth, but first, the blessing for reading the Torah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. V'yidaber Adonai el Moshe lemor.
The Lord spoke to me, Moses, saying,
Daber el kol adat b'nei Yisrael ve'emarta alehem kedoshim tiyu ki kadosh ani Adonai Elohechem.
Speak to the whole Israelite community and say to them, you shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy.
Well, friends, you heard it right here. That was intense. I'm sure you at home have lots of questions. But before we unpack those verses, the blessing for the Torah reading.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'he'olam nata betoheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
This just in, God wants people to be holy. Wow, that is good stuff. I mean, holy, that sounds important.
It sure does, but I'm still not really sure what that means.
Let me see if I can find someone to help.
I can help.
Yup, me too.
Who are you?
We are 18-year-old seniors in high school living in Manhattan.
It's a Manhattan.
The city that never sleeps. The city's so nice that they named it twice. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
That's a lot for an ancient Israelite to take in. Can you just tell us the meaning of this strange word, holy?
Well, my rabbi likes to define it as uniquely sacred. But if you kept listening to Moses, you would hear him go on to give you the roadmap for what it actually means. To be a uniquely sacred people, we act in a uniquely sacred way.
We honor our parents. We celebrate Shabbat. We leave food for the poor and for the stranger. We don't steal. We don't lie to each other. We don't make life harder for those with disabilities. We aggressively balance the scales of justice and ensure no one knows what it's like to be oppressed.
How do 18-year-olds know so much? Is it because you study all day long and live in a city where you never sleep?
Don't get me wrong, we study a ton, but we studied smart. At our congregation, we chose to stay involved throughout our teen years. We studied with our rabbis and educators, traveled all over the world, like Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana, the Czech Republic, Italy, Germany, and Israel, to learn more about our Jewish history, people, and traditions.
You've seen the promised land?
Yes, keep wandering. It's worth it.
Wow, so you stayed involved and learned all of this?
And more. Actually, in most of our gatherings, we talk about that uniquely sacred mission Moses is preaching about. We've learned how to fight anti-Semitism, be a more inclusive community of diversity in background, faith, and identity. We focused on food insecurity, environmental justice, and sometimes we teach our peers about the things we care about and want to fix in this world.
I want to be just like these seniors. I guess we should go and study some of those laws.
Tonight, we've been lucky enough to peek into the storybook of our people, the Torah, to see the moment when the Israelites were introduced to the path for creating a sacred community.
Our senior class, all of us here tonight, have been learning about this path for some time.
Like so many of our peers, we balance school, extracurricular activities, and so much more. But like those Israelites will soon learn, creating a sacred community is hard work and takes real time.
In our time spent with studying with our peers, educators, and rabbis, we learn that in order to create a sacred community, we need to act with integrity, honor, and faith.
We learn that we must take care of the vulnerable, stand up for those that have no voice, and work tirelessly to see the change we want to see.
We learn to question, wrestle, and ultimately embrace the teachings, values, and lessons that can guide us making the changes we want to see in the world.
We learned at our ECLC, we learned in the halls of the religious school, and we stayed to learn more in the academy. Next year, as we go on our separate paths, the memories we made at Temple Israel will live in our hearts and propel us to seek out the sacred community wherever we go.
But most importantly, studying and learning throughout high school gave us the unique opportunity to learn how Judaism can and should be our path for creating a better world for all.
Will we succeed in our uniquely sacred mission? Holy time will tell.